On the way. Gonna fall. Now to a three-point game. 3 minutes to go.
For those of you just joining, Tremont's up to a 2-point lead, 10-8. Couple turnovers from both point guards, Gardner and Kaiser. Really fast-paced game. Warrensburg's going to be in the 1-2-2 to slow up Tremont.
So Kaiser will bring it up, gets it to Reynolds. Just give right back to Kaiser. Some better defense here from the Cardinals as Meeker drives in, put up a shot. That one's going to go. Good job.
Yeah, looked like Hickey even bumped him a little bit.
Yeah,
could have been an
hand in
and one.
his face, gets that one to go. Lee moving to his right, driving the lane. Goes up with a shot. No good. Tipped out there. Gonna be Turks' ball.
Really 4-point lead for Tremont.
So Poppenhaus will come in for the Turks.
I think Tremont's controlled the pace of this game really well to start. They're playing quick how they want to play. I think Warrensburg, obviously they can play both fast and slow, but just looks like they're kind of playing the way Tremont is. Maybe if they can slow it down and get what they want, they'll be better off for the rest of this game.
As Kaiser gets into the lane, has to kick to Poppenhaus. Poppenhaus out to Reynolds. 2:10 to go. Turnover. McKenzie's got it in front of almost everyone. He's going to take it all the way to the basket. His shot off the mark. Tipped. Poppenhaus has it. Gets it ahead to Kaiser. Kaiser goes up. Shot goes in. 6-point lead now.
One thing I'd like to see, Warrensburg kind of been punched in the face here early. They're undefeated. We'll see if they can fight back and see how they can respond from a little adversity.
So foul called on the floor there.
So maybe on McKenzie.
Yeah. Will be.
Oh, it looks like he'll be on Gardner.
Yep.
He was in foul trouble yesterday.
So Southern gets it into Gardner. Gardner trying to make something happen. Gets it to Lee. Lee gonna drive, come back out, get to Kajeski. Kajeski's shot off the mark, rebound by McKenzie.
Great tip in.
Yeah, he just tipped it up and into the rim.
He hasn't had many open looks, so it's good to see him fighting to get some points offensively for Warrensburg.
So Kaiser will have it. Now back to Reynolds. Meeker, deep three-pointer, in and out. Rebound by Warrensburg. They get it up to McKenzie. McKenzie to Southern. Southern gets it to Gardner. Gardner, jab, into the lane, goes up.
They're going to call it travel.
Travel call.
It looked like 2 steps, but he might have shuffled the feet a little bit. Aaron Lane on the call.
So Bonds comes in. Southern goes out for the Cardinals. 57.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. A 4-point lead for the Turks. So Kaiser gets it to Reynolds, or Meeker, then to Smith in the corner. They get it back out to Reynolds now, guarded by Cottrell Lee at the top. Over to Poppenhaus, down to Kaiser. Kaiser gonna spin, kick to the corner. Smith, 3-point shot in for the Turks. A 7-point lead now with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You've seen a little bit of contributions from everyone so far for Tremont.
Getting better ball movement
Absolutely.
on the offensive end for them. As
going to be kicked by Reynolds.
Kick ball, yeah.
Ball will be taken out underneath for Warrensburg. Down 7 with 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
Inbounding it will be Cottrell Lee.
Looks like kind of a 4-low look for Warrensburg. Looks like they're already moving before the ball was ever even given to Lee.
Lee has it. Gets it. Has nothing. Has to throw it in. Tipped by Smith.
Wow.
A lot of contact there, but Gardner gets it. 12 seconds. He'll hold for a final shot probably. It's Lee. Goes to his right. Now back left. Gets to McKenzie. McKenzie. Shot. Goes. 2 seconds to go. They get it into Reynolds. Reynolds shot at the buzzer. Does not fall. So a 5-point lead for the Turks. They started out hot early in this one. We'll be back for second quarter action. Second quarter action here in the first semifinal of the Williamsville Holiday Tournament. Tremont up by 5 over Warrensburg-Latham. Hot start for the Turks, but kind of slowed down here a little bit.
See if Warrensburg can fight their way back in. Only 5-point deficit, but like we've seen throughout this whole tournament, whichever team has the first half lead seems to run away with the game in the second half.
So Emick in for the Turks. You wonder if maybe they put him in as another guy who can bring the ball up for them, as he is a guard. So, you put him in, to bring the ball up instead of maybe Meeker, who's really just a 3-point threat for the Turks. But
yeah, and I think some of that has to do with Warrensburg's brought out their 1-2-2. You're going to have multiple ball handlers to bring it up against the press. So the first shot is no good for McLean. The foul went on number 10, Drew Kozowski, for the Cardinals.
Second shot gonna go. So back up to a 6-point lead. A little bit of work to do for the Cardinals.
Really physical game so far. What I like, though, is they're calling it both ways. You can't let one team be physical and you're going to call every foul on the other team. So
down low to Harden. Harden has it stolen by Kaiser, but Bonds recovers
great hustle to get it back.
Yeah. Gets it to Southern. Southern down low. Harden gets it now. His shot will not fall. Rolls in and out. Southern, three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound, Kaiser. He's fouled there, yeah.
It's like by either Gardner or Bonds. If that's Gardner, that's a second. Go on.
Solomon some foul trouble yesterday.
Looked like he said 15, but I don't even see a 15 out there for Warrensburg.
So they give it into Emick.
See if he's going to be one of the other guys that can bring it up.
Kaiser gets it back to Emick, so Miller Reynolds is out, Meeker is in. Kaiser skips to the lane, gets to Dawson, three-pointer, off the mark, tipped by Bonds. He gets it. He'll bring it up for the Cardinals. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner going to go into the lane. Shot over 2 defenders, no good. Rebound by McLean, who gets it quickly to Kaiser. Kaiser in front of everybody, goes up off the backboard there.
Go off McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie. Yeah. It looked like he tried to block it, didn't quite get it, but it hit off the backboard and onto McKenzie's foot there.
Yeah, and what we just noticed with Kaiser there, he's really quick when he brings the ball up. If he doesn't have the ball, he's going to go, and he just sprinted down the court and got a long outlet pass from one of his teammates.
So Dawson drives, kicks to Emick. Emick drives to the lane himself, put up a shot, rolls in, yeah, through contact.
Tremont now up 8, trying to chip away.
So Southern gets it over to Gardner. Gardner, three-pointer, off the mark, tipped. Bonds gets it, quick shot, off.
Missed the layup.
Missed it, rebound Dawson.
If you're Warrensburg, you got to finish those.
They've missed some easy shots at the rim today.
And that 3 from Gardner is a deep 3, not a great shot.
Meeker gets it down low, and he banks that one in off the glass.
Quick time, 30-second timeout.
Yeah, so we will be back after the timeout. Warrensburg down by 10. Back here after the timeout, Tremont up by 10. Warrensburg got to try and cut this lead here before half. Just under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think you're down 10. I think you got to cut this within 5.
As McKenzie shot by the free throw line gets that one to go.
It's a good way to find him open. I think he's got to. Warrensburg's got to find some more ways to get him open. He's almost been their best scorer this whole tournament.
Definitely, they've only ran a few sets, it looks like, today so far.
Yeah.
So you maybe open it up a little bit, get some of your better looks there at threes even. They
good
really haven't.
From Gardner.
Yeah. The foul, yeah.
We're going to call a foul on Tremont. Looks like got Gardner as he tried to pick up the ball.
As Hickey subs in, Harding goes out. But back to the point, You know, you want to try to maybe get, you know, they've taken a couple threes, but it hasn't come off of any sets. It's just been off of a, you know, pass or a tip ball or whatever.
Yeah.
So you want to try and maybe get some looks there at 3. You know, once they start hitting them, it seems like they're all going to start making them.
Yep, and I think that just running more sets is going to help with that because their best looks have come from the set plays.
And Gardner
pick and roll. I think Hickey was open and they missed him.
Southern kicks to McKenzie in the corner, back to Gardner. Gardner over to Southern. Southern three-pointer. That one falls, so now it's a 5-point game.
Work the ball around a little bit and find an open shooter. Warrensburg did a better job that offensive possession.
Seems to be both, you know, what teams have done well is both, you know, when they score, moving the ball around, getting it to different people to, you know, kind of get that defense off of their heel or on their heels a little bit.
And they have a lot of weapons. It's not just 1 or 2 people.
Meeker has it stolen away there, so Southern will get it up to McKenzie. McKenzie to Gardner. Gardner goes up. Shot goes in. 3-point game now, so they cut it all the way.
7-0 run.
Yeah. So they got to use this momentum here as Kaiser has it guarded by Bonds closely. And Gardner just
second foul. It's not smart if you're Warrensburg.
Yeah.
I think in this kind of game, I think he has to stay in. But he's got to be smart. Can't pick up a third. We saw yesterday when he came back in with 2. He picked up a dumb foul in his first 30 seconds in.
But if Gardner, you know, needs to come out, you definitely want to put in maybe Harden and go with a little bit of a bigger lineup.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to stick with Gardner for now.
So Meeker has it for the Turks. Gets it to Dawson. Dawson, he's going to take it all the way. He just got around everybody. His shot does not fall. Rebound by Southern.
That drive started with Gardner trying to reach in and get a steal.
Gardner spins, baseline, shot rolls out.
Good rebound by
Hickey. Hickey goes up with it. That one's going to go in. 1-point game. Timeout by Tremont.
Hickey's been one of the best offensive rebounders you've seen in this tournament. He just cuts the lead to 1.
So 4 minutes to go. 1-point game in the first half. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back here, second quarter. 1-point lead now for the Turks. They
turned around really quick. I mean, it was just a 10-point lead for Tremont, down to 1.
All that momentum that Tremont have is now gone and in favor of the Cardinals. They got to get something going to potentially, you know, get that lead back.
I have a feeling this is going to be a back-and-forth game like we saw with Porta and Bluffs yesterday.
As McLean will get it to, does not give to Meeker, gives to Dawson instead, who's going to spin baseline, picks up his dribble, gets it out to Miller Reynolds, who is back in for the Turks.
Haven't heard his name much in this game. I think they got to get him going.
Or even yesterday, Meeker has the ball tipped out. Looks like McKenzie or Southern there tipped it away, and he just
hit it right off Meeker. Like to see McKenzie maybe get another look for Warrensburg, get him in the lead here. They can get a basket. They're going to post him up on the block.
Southern, guarded by Meeker, gets it to Gardner. Gardner jab. Gets Meeker to fall. Has nothing there. Gets it back out to Southern. Southern down low to McKenzie. McKenzie going to drive. Goes up. Shot falls. Lead now for Warrensburg. 3 minutes to go in the half. Miller Reynolds going to drive.
And Gardner picks up a third on a push.
So Cottrell Lee going to come in. So they decide not to go with the sizable lineup and instead put Lee in.
Wow. I mean, just I think I'm pretty sure that's his third.
Yeah, that makes. I think he had 4 in the last game, so that's 7 fouls in the last 2 games.
Step out of bounds.
Yeah.
The thing is he's a senior. You would think he'd be smart enough to know he can't pick up another foul.
That's the only thing about him really is he's very aggressive trying to get the ball on defense. Got to give him credit. It works to his favor a lot of the time, but has not worked the last 2 games.
Smart teams are going to pick up on that and try to get him out of the game.
Hickey goes up. Does not get it. Fight for the
It's
ball.
like a jump ball.
Yep.
It'll stay with the Cardinals underneath the basket baseline. Great offensive rebound there for McKenzie. Him and Hickey have done a good job all tournament of cleaning up the Warrensburg misses for second opportunities.
Using their size to their advantage. So they get it in.
It's like hit out of bounds by Kaiser. Will stay with Warrensburg now. It's like really weird spot here on the sideline right next to the baseline. You don't practice this very much at all. We'll see what they draw up to get this ball in.
Maybe just throw it out over half court.
Yeah,
no, but they get it into McKenzie. McKenzie's shot, no good. Tipped by Miller Reynolds, but they say Southern got a piece of it. So Meeker's going to inbound it. Kaiser will bring it up. Reynolds to Meeker.
Like they run Kaiser off a double screen. They get to him, pick and roll, two-man game.
Down low.
Another turnover.
Oh, they say Dawson tipped it. There was two Cardinals in the area, but they say Dawson. Looked like it was off
Southern or Hickey.
But they say Dawson tipped that one.
Regardless, not a smart pass from Kaiser. There's two guys
really just
right there
in the way.
Yeah.
They get it down to McKenzie. McKenzie pulls up. That one goes in, so he gets one of those pull-up jumpers to go finally.
Seen a lot of that. I think Tremont's got to take that away somehow.
So Miller Reynolds has it for the Turks. Meeker going to go to his right now, gives to Reynolds. Reynolds has to pick up his dribble, gets it to McLean.
Great gap help for McKenzie to stop that drive.
And Kaiser going to drive.
Shuffle the feet. Another Kaiser turnover. Haven't seen that much.
No, he's been pretty, other than on those long outlet passes, those have really been his only turnovers of the tournament. But today he's just not making some smart decisions on the offensive end. So it'll be Cardinals ball. They now have a 3-point lead, trying to add to it. Cottrell Lee gonna go baseline, spins, has to bring it back out, gets it to McKenzie. McKenzie cross court to Southern. Southern jab, driving. And he just goes up. Kaiser hit the floor. Maybe was looking for a charge or something there. But
not a smart foul on Bonds now if you're Warrensburg, because now you put Tremont in the bonus. But yeah, back to your point, there's a lot of contact on that layup. Looked like a push off, but it's a physical game. Refs aren't going to call that. Just got to play through it.
Yeah. So Kaiser will head to the line. His first free throw, no good.
Not even really close.
Yeah. Wonder if he's maybe a little rattled after that.
Maybe.
Hard. As he hit the hardwood very hard from Southern's push.
Missed them both.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to call a foul on Hickey underneath.
Yeah.
It was a great box out. I didn't see much. He just pushed him back, but they said he wrapped his arms around.
I think he got kind of almost all the way around Dawson there.
I mean, I love that box out. Great box out.
Maybe the ref's going to talk about it.
Yeah, and if you're gonna call a game really physical, I don't think that's a foul.
No, you can't have that play that happen down here on the other end where Kaiser hits the floor completely hard after Southern really just dropped his shoulder into him and then called that.
Thing is, Dawson wasn't even really trying to get around him. He just let Hickey back him out. I mean, great box out.
And if you're Hickey there, does that, maybe you think harder about how you're boxing out from here on, and you're going to be less aggressive.
You got to think about it, yeah.
So Dawson goes 1-1, 4-point game, 1:10 to go. Warrensburg ball. Bonds has it, gets it over to Southern. Southern down to Harden. Harden gets it back to Southern. Stolen by McLean. He's going to get an easy bucket. Almost dunked it there.
Back down to a 2-point lead for Warrensburg. I think if you're Tremont, 50 seconds, try to get a stop, hold it for one, and see if you can tie this game up.
Kenzie's foot stepped out.
Wow.
48.2, so.
And Tremont's going to bring Meeker right back in for offense.
So if you are Tremont here, I think you try and go quickly.
I think so. There's still 50 seconds.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time. You could maybe and then play. When Warrensburg potentially gets the ball back, you come and you play hard defense.
Great pick and roll.
Smith Gets blocked
block.
by Harden there.
Yeah. We'll see now because there's 39 seconds. 30 seconds is around the time where you think about holding it for the last shot, but with 50, there's still plenty of time on the clock. Tremont ball underneath.
And we've seen Tremont get quick inbounds.
They have.
We'll see if they can do it again. They
Have
get
a
it
hard
out to
time
Kaiser.
getting it in.
Kaiser, three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Bonds. They're probably going to hold. Reynolds trying to get a steal.
Now
And
foul on Reynolds. They got fouls to give.
Yeah.
Not the worst thing with them in transition.
So if you're
Gardner's going to come in for this offensive possession. So you have to assume they'll hold for one now because he has 3 fouls.
And if you get an open look, you don't know if you're necessarily going to want to take it just because potentially Gardner could pick up a 4th foul.
Yep, and then if you miss it, Tremont can go down and tie this game up really quickly with the speed of Kaiser.
So they get it down to McKenzie. McKenzie backing down. Dawson goes up. Shot goes in. 20 seconds to go.
Tremont's got a chance
and we know Kaiser can bring it up quickly, but he will slow it down. Yeah.
Coach looks like he's calling out double fist. Try to get Kaiser downhill, maybe for obviously a layup, a roll, or maybe a 3. So now he's fouled by McKenzie.
So
they'll send Kaiser back to the free throw. Offensive
foul.
Wow. Called an illegal screen. It looks like McKenzie slapped him on the arm for sure, making Kaiser lose the ball. I'm not sure. I didn't see anything.
A little bit of a breath there for the Cardinals as Gardner will probably not pick up a 4th foul.
Good flare screen.
Yeah. Southern going to go to the rim, gets it down to Harden. Harden shot goes at the buzzer.
6-point lead now for Warrensburg.
So they increase the lead up to 6. They've kind of taken over here in the second quarter. Tremont going to have to come out of the half with some more momentum. We'll be back for the second half in a little bit. One more half to go in this first semifinal matchup. I'm Dylan Ferris. Join alongside me, Ryan Mendenhall. 6-point lead for Warrensburg-Latham after they came back down 10.
Yeah, huge response. We'll see if Tremont can respond back in the second half.
So Kaiser will get it down to Meeker. Meeker goes in off the glass. So a 4-point game.
They chased Meeker around his screen, and he circled back and got an easy layup because of it.
So Gardner will have it top, gets it over to Hickey. Back to Gardner, over to Southern. Southern lob, pass. No good, gonna be Turks' ball.
Yeah, looks like, not a bad play coming out of the half, but Tremont defended it well. I don't think you can force that pass. If he's open, obviously hit him for it, but he wasn't open, and then you turn it over because you forced the pass.
So Kaiser gets it over to McLean. McLean has to pick it up, get it back to Kaiser. To Miller Reynolds, jab step, drive, lane, go up, fouled.
Fouled by McKenzie. One thing about Warrensburg I noticed, these jerseys have their last names on them. It's like maybe they're, say the Berg on the front.
Yeah.
Easy to know who's who. See if Reynolds can get going for Tremont. He didn't do a whole lot in the first half. It didn't seem like.
Definitely not.
It was all Meeker and Kaiser when Kaiser didn't turn the ball over.
His first free throw goes through. His second one also falls. So a 2-point game now. 7 minutes to go in the third. Gardner gets it to McKenzie. McKenzie over to Hickey. Hickey gonna drive lane, go up, shot, no good. Rebound by McKenzie. His shot will fall.
Another example of a great second effort and great offensive rebounding from McKenzie.
So Kaiser kicks down to McLean. McLean goes up,
Good
shot
finish.
goes in, yeah. Great job getting to the rim there.
Warrensburg's gonna push it a little bit, stick it with their fast-paced game.
Bonds goes, spins lane, tipped away by Kaiser. Good defense there. McLean's got it. He'll just take it all the way. Shot goes, tied game, yeah.
Wow, great response from Tremont in the first minute and a half. See if maybe Gardner, McKenzie can get a look here for Warrensburg. Gardner's got to be careful with 3 fouls.
He goes to his right, gets it to McKenzie. We'll get it to Southern. And this place is pretty packed.
This is pretty packed.
Is Gardner's three-pointer. They finally get one to go.
Yeah, and he hasn't had much offensively so far.
Offense still kind of running through him, though, as McLean pops a 3 of his own off the marks.
Probably not a great shot from Tremont.
He just thought he had some separation,
yeah,
might as well take it.
Yeah, you don't need that answer right away. There's still plenty of time in this game. Need to get a good shot instead of just a pull-up 3.
Gardner gets it out to McKenzie. McKenzie gonna drive, spin lane, goes up, shot off the mark, rebound by Dawson.
McKenzie really good at the spin move, almost like Blackford for Calvary. See a lot of spin moves from
Miller
him.
Reynolds, three-pointer, that one goes. So it's a tie game.
He needs to heat up if Tremont wants to try to take the lead and shut Warrensburg down.
As Gardner has to give the ball away to Hickey to Bonds. Both teams responding to one another. McKenzie goes, shot off the mark, rebound by Kaiser.
Forced that one a little bit. I think he was looking for the contact.
Meeker, deep 3, swatted away
Great block from
by McKenzie, and he falls into the crowd.
We'll see where they want to spot this ball, as after he blocked it and fell out of bounds, he hit it again. Looks like they're just going to put it in the same place where he blocked it. Might have been out of bounds when he tipped it.
So great job by McKenzie running back on defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And getting the block. Meeker may have made that. That looked pretty good off of his hand, but McLean down low. Shot, no good. Rebound by Dawson, gets it to Meeker. Meeker tips it. Dawson has it. Has nowhere to go. They'll get it to Kaiser, who will pull it out and reset. Gets over to McLean. McLean to Miller Reynolds.
Guarded by Gardner. See if they want to be aggressive with Reynolds here. Maybe try to get Gardner his 4th.
Meeker gives that to Dawson. Meeker, three-pointer, corner. No good. Rebound by Gardner.
So Gardner might Never mind.
Trell Lee now gets it to Gardner. Gardner, deep three-pointer, off the mark, tipped.
Wow, over the back on McKenzie. He didn't jump over him. He just kind of put his hand and tried to tip it, but it's going to be called.
McLean went up,
yeah.
and McKenzie's hand just kind of went where the ball was going. So
bad shot from Gardner. I mean, really deep three. Didn't have a long possession. I don't think that's a shot that Warrensburg probably wanted.
Hickey.
Great defense from Hickey. Tips it off of McLean on the pick and roll. Go back to Warrensburg.
I think either way there, it would have been a Warrensburg ball. Had Hickey not got there, it looked a little over
it did.
McLean's head. Another, miscommunication there from Kaiser.
Yeah. Looks like Lee's going to set it up here. Maybe a set play.
Hickey down low. Goes up. Shot rolls out. Meeker looks like he touched it, but they say Southern got a hold of it. Emick comes in for Meeker.
Looked like that might have been off Meeker. I didn't see Southern tip it, but Meeker's going to come out now, get him a quick break. I'm sure he'll be back in really soon. 3:40 to play in the third quarter, all tied up at 36.
Miller Reynolds goes to his right.
I think he's got to be more aggressive for Tremont.
He'll drive baseline, gets to Dawson now. Dawson going to spin, go into the lane. Kicks. Miller Reynolds, three-pointer. Off the mark, rebound by Lee. Tipped
Great
away.
Tip from Kaiser.
Yeah.
Stake with Warrensburg.
Just got a finger or two on that one.
And that's a good thing because it looked like Gardner might have tried to push that
up. Had a few guys down there, Hickey included in that. Gardner gets it to Southern. Southern gets back to Gardner.
Two-man game with Hickey, pick and roll. Good defense from Tremont.
Him and Reynolds held up there. Foul on Hickey.
Reynolds. If you get tangled up, if two players get tangled up, it'll usually go on the defense, regardless of who initiated the contact.
Corner, Gardner. He'll bring it out. Got to probably reset here.
Looks like McLean and McKenzie might be getting tangled up down low a little bit here. We're going to call an offensive foul on
Southern.
Southern, another push-off. Seen a few of those from Warrensburg.
So it's a tie game, just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Miller Reynolds will bring it up for the Turks.
You can see he's kind of been the point guard.
As he shoots a deep three, that one rattles out. McLean gets the rebound, goes up and in.
Gardner's he didn't get called for a fourth.
He's got to be careful there.
Yeah. But it looked like Reynolds now is kind of taking over the point guard role for Tremont, maybe after Kaiser turned the ball over too many times.
And Gardner gets it down to Hickey. Hickey goes up off the rim.
Out of bounds off.
Like McLean there.
McLean.
But if you're Warrensburg here, you might want to put in Bonds because the offense seemed to have been running better under him than Gardner, who was out for most of the second quarter there because of 2 or 3 fouls there.
Yeah, Gardner's a great player. He's potentially him and McKenzie's potentially an all-tournament player, but I think if the offense is working better with Bonds out there, then I think he's got to be the guy.
Tipped away there on the inbound by Dawson, so it'll stay Warrensburg ball. They get it into Hickey. Gardner going to drive, goes up.
Offensive foul, his fourth.
Yeah.
Saw last game Aaron Lane called some charges. If it's 50-50, it's going to be a charge with him. Gardner gets his fourth. And subs are going to come in for Warrensburg. Bonds is going to come in. Gardner's going to come out.
And so will Hickey.
We'll see how long. Obviously, Hickey not in foul trouble. He'll be back in soon. We'll see how long they want to stick with Gardner on the bench.
Hickey has, I think Hickey's picked up 1 in this quarter, or 2, I actually think. So Miller Reynolds gets it down to Dawson. Dawson turns the ball over.
For McKenzie.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be the guy with Gardner on the bench now, him and Bonds.
Bonds goes up. Shot no good.
I was almost over the back on Southern.
Yeah. So they've got to be a little careful here as the refs seem to be calling a few more fouls in this one than
I think both teams have to do a better job of playing off 2 feet because when they get caught in the air, they're kind of out of control. That's probably why some of these fouls haven't been called.
over to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Kaiser. So McLean has it. Dawson gets it to Dawson, who's going to drive, kick to the corner. Emick, three-pointer, no good. Rebound by McKenzie. So he'll bring it up, move to his right, left, takes it to the rim. Shot
Great
goes
finish.
up and falls. So they tie it back up.
Got to do a better job.
38.
Tremont stopping the ball. No one stopped the ball until McKenzie was already at the free throw line.
A minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Dawson almost loses it. McLean gets it, spins by a guy, gets it back to Kaiser. He's going to drive the lane really quickly. His shot rattles out, tipped. Lee.
Great rebound by Lee.
Lee regains possession after Kaiser tipped it. He gets it down. Back, McKenzie, three-pointer in the corner. That one's going to fall, so they take a three-point lead. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Great ball movement there for the Cardinals.
And again, Gardner on the bench. Warrensburg's offense looks a little bit better.
So McLean has to pick up his dribble, has nowhere to go. Almost turns the ball over, but Kaiser gets it. Kaiser over to Emick. Emick to Dawson. Dawson down to McLean. He's going to go up, over. Lee gets that one to go. 41-40 in favor of the Cardinals.
10 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Southern to Bonds. They're going to hold for one shot.
I think you got to find McKenzie for the last shot. Him or Bonds. Good flare for
Southern. Three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound. Tips Kaiser. Buzzer sounds.
Warrensburg.
So 1 point separating the two basketball teams with 1 quarter to go. We finally got a good one, Ryan. We'll be back for the fourth quarter.
Welcome back to the Izzo Wire for this fourth quarter action. Warrensburg up
We're
one.
back here, fourth quarter action. 1 point separating the two basketball teams.
Had that taken care of just in case you didn't make it back.
So Gardner will inbound it for the Cardinals.
Back in with 4 fouls.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful. But again, Warrensburg's offense has looked pretty good without him on the court. So, you know, even if he does pick up that fifth, Warrensburg still a great chance to win this game.
McKenzie pops a shot from around the
Deep
that one
two,
rattles out,
really
yeah.
deep two, feet on the line. Worst shot in basketball, deep two.
Kaiser now gets it over to McLean. McLean drops down to Reynolds there, whose shot falls. So Turks regain the lead again.
Looks like one of Tremont's assistants wanted that play. He was all fired up after Tremont got that basket.
McKenzie gonna back down. Dawson goes up. Shot rattles out. So Kaiser will bring it up with a 1 point lead for Tremont. Looks like Kaiser was calling for a screen maybe there, but did not get it. They'll get it to McLean anyways. Tips
Gardner
out
tipped
there.
it out.
Gardner's got to be careful.
McLean got hit in the face, still
Lee's
down on the
got
other
it
end.
way down there. He goes up over Meeker, and that one goes in. So McLean on the floor.
Looks like he gets up. They're not going to stop play. This is Warrensburg, I think, will retake the lead. Yep, back up one.
Tremont, or Reynolds over to McLean.
Good
McLean down
circle
to
cut.
Kaiser. Kaiser finds Meeker, who's going to drive kick over to Miller Reynolds, who drives. Jump step to Meeker. Meeker three-pointer. Off the mark. Kaiser
Great
gets
save
it.
from Kaiser.
Throws it in. McLean and Meeker fought for it, and McLean gets it. Spins, gets to Kaiser. Kaiser kicks to Miller Reynolds. Three-pointer in the corner. That one falls in.
Huge back and forth game.
Huge three-pointer there for Miller Reynolds.
Every offensive possession has to be executed perfectly with these last 6 minutes.
Reynolds gets it to McKenzie. McKenzie down to Hickey.
McKenzie could have shot that three.
He goes to work.
Good
Gets
move.
that one to go. One dribble, hop, step, put a shot up.
Hickey and McKenzie both really good at finishing around the rim.
So Kaiser brings it up for Tremont. He's going to drive, goes up. His shot off the mark.
A lot of contact.
Yeah. Hickey and Lee fell down for the Cardinals on that one. Gardner going to push it to the rim. His shot goes in. And just like that, Cardinals back up by 2.
I think maybe Warrensburg's playing at the pace that they want to play at now. Tremont's kind of been playing a little slower, moving the ball around a little bit more offensively.
McLean almost tipped there by Gardner. Gardner might have jumped in front of it and got a fast break as Dawson goes up.
Looks like he's going to be fouled by Hickey.
Either Hickey
or Lee.
Lee was down there too.
One of the three. Regardless. Looks like Southern's going to check back in. I would assume Southern will probably come in for Lee here.
Or maybe Gardner.
Maybe Gardner because he has 4, not quite sure. McKenzie's going to get a quick break. Interesting.
Harding comes in, actually.
Interesting. I'm assuming McKenzie will be back in the matter of a minute.
Just get him some rest
Get him a quick break, yep.
So already 2:46 has come off the clock, and just like that, this is a
Tremont's going to call a full timeout,
game,
down 1.
So we will be back after the timeout. .5:14 to play in this fourth quarter. We've had a great semifinal already.
I'm surprised for Warrensburg. McKenzie's not back in. They just took him out, but that timeout by Tremont could have got him enough rest.
This is definitely their smaller lineup that they've got in right now.
Bonsley and Gardner all out there.
Southern, interestingly,
Southern not in either.
Not in. He really hasn't done a whole lot today as Gardner's going to take it to the rim.
Good move.
Yeah. Great job there. Extends the lead to 3 with 5 minutes to go.
And he played under control there, which is why he was easily able to get to the basket.
Meeker kicks over to Dawson. Dawson to bring it back out, gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds going to drive the lane. Goes up. Fouled there. Hard.
It's like if that's on Gardner, that's his 5th. Might be on Harden. It'll be on now Hickey. Wow. Hard to tell when there's 3 Warrensburg players all in the vicinity.
And
McKenzie's gonna come back in. I think Southern's got to come back in too. If you're Warrensburg.
You want to maybe save Gardner for later in this.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's still 4 minutes to go, but you'd maybe put him in with a minute and a half,
and
2
he's
minutes
still,
to go.
and the reason why is he's still being super aggressive. He's still reaching, trying to get the steals.
So Southern and McKenzie come in.
There's Southern, yep.
Lee comes out for Southern.
I think this is your best lineup. I mean, Hickey's on the bench, but if Hickey's in instead of Harden, I think that's your best lineup if Hickey's back in this game.
But
down to 1.
Reynolds nails both free throws, so 4:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gardner going to bring it up, get it to Bonds. Bonds to Southern. Gardner driving baseline. He'll
Looks
go
like he wanted an illegal screen
up,
on McKenzie.
blocked by
Blocked.
McLean. Meeker going to bring it up, slow it down for a second. Reynolds kicks over to Meeker. Meeker has the ball tipped away. Tried to go baseline, but
Coach
tipped
is
out by
gonna-
Bonds.
Tremont's coach is going to tell him to slow it up a little bit, maybe get a set play going here. As Meeker has it up top.
Gets it to Kaiser, back to Miller Reynolds. Corner, McLean. Gardner, got to be careful there, almost picked up his 5th. Miller Reynolds going to drive down low to Dawson. Good pass, but Dawson just missed the free
Great
throw.
rebound by Harden, too, there. Not allowing Tremont to get a second chance.
Gardner.
He's going to pull it back out. Thought about shooting that 3. Smart decision.
Great pass there from Miller Reynolds to find Dawson.
Yeah.
Dawson's got to finish that one.
I agree.
3-pointer from Gardner. Off the mark.
Great
Rebound by
good effort
Kaiser.
by Harden.
So Reynolds will bring it up.
Interesting. Lee coming back to the scores table. Hickey still on the bench.
Kaiser kicks to Meeker. Meeker, 3-pointer.
Can't leave him open.
That one misses. McLean gets in, puts that one back.
Not a good box out from Gardner or Bonds, whichever one was on Meeker.
So Turks back on top with a 1-point lead. 3:15 to go. Harden thought about shooting it, but nothing there, so Bonds will have it. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner over to Southern. Southern 3-pointer. That one will fall.
Wow, huge
Back
shot
up
from
by
Southern.
2 for the Cardinals. It's a great job by Southern.
If you're Tremont, slow it down. Still 3 minutes left, down 2. Get a really good shot off a really good possession. Warrensburg, you obviously want to force a turnover or 2 here.
So Dawson's going to take it.
It's a good
3-pointer by Kaiser. Rattles out, tips.
Great
Kaiser
tip.
gets it. Spin to Miller. Reynolds wide open for a 3. No good. Rebound by McKenzie.
It's like Kaiser either traveled or he could have been called for a charge.
Gonna
Either
go
one were
all
called.
the way. His shot is gonna go. 4-point lead.
Wow, they're going to call Bonds. Looked like he stole the inbounds pass, but his foot was out of bounds as he was coming back in from finishing that tough layup.
So Lee comes in for Bonds.
Still no Hickey. Interested maybe because he's kind of their 5, and Tremont's trying to play fast, small ball. Not quite sure.
But it's a 4-point game now.
Yeah, Warrensburg.
And if you're at Tremont, there's still plenty of time left. But
Yeah.
I think your key here is to just get good ball movement and find an open look. That's what they've been able to do all day to get, their good shots and their good looks.
2-possession game. You don't need something,
Reynolds gets it down to McLean. Tipped out by Gardner. He's got to be careful
He
still.
just kicked the ball. Could have easily been a technical. He's lucky that he didn't get called for a tech, because that would have been his 5th personal.
Harden comes out. Hickey comes in.
Yep. This is Warrensburg's, I think, one of their best lineups.
Reynolds has nothing. Gets it into the Kaiser. Kaiser's floater falls.
There you go.
2-point game.
Just get a good shot. Knock this down to 1 possession. 2 minutes left. Just get a stop. Come back down and get another good look.
So they've got to use the score to create some momentum.
Yep.
Timeout taken by Warrensburg.
I think that's a smart timeout. Get a set play. Try to get a good look offensively and get this up to a 2-possession lead.
So 2:02 to play. We'll be back after the timeout. We're back here. 2:02 to go. 2-point lead for Warrensburg. But it will be their ball. Southern to inbound, gets it to Gardner. A bit of, smaller lineup in for Warrensburg, but even Southern has some height over Gardner and Lee, who are both in the game.
Not sure why Bonds is on the bench. He's kind of been the go-to guy.
Yeah,
along
created
with,
a lot of offense for them
along
today
with
in this
McKenzie.
one.
It's like whoever's guarding McKenzie's kind of staying up tighter to him, not let him get open. So he's been the best scorer of the night.
So Lee, let him go into the lane, kicks to Southern.
Warrensburg trying to waste some time. I think that's smart. Down to a minute and a half with up 2. Limit Tremont's possessions as Tremont's going to foul. Well, reason why, minute 20 left. They haven't fouled yet. They have to foul 3 more times now before, I mean, to get to their 4th foul. And then the next foul after that would be bonus. So I think you have to use your fouls. Warrensburg having some trouble getting it in.
Create a turnover on
wow,
the inbound.
wide open.
Hickey's shot goes in.
Defensive breakdown.
Yeah.
You can't leave someone wide open under the basket.
So if you're Tremont, you want to go quickly here, get a shot, and then foul probably because you're not in the bonus. Yeah.
You'll have to foul 4 times in a steal.
They turn the ball over. Gardner has it.
They're going to foul. It's only their 2nd foul. They got to foul 3 more times to send Warrensburg to the line. Warrensburg can not turn the ball over, get to the line, and make a couple free throws. It'll be really tough for Tremont to come back. Just got to take care of the ball offensively if you're the Cardinals.
Get it in.
It's like Gardner ran
Southern,
over Kaiser,
Gardner,
and they
he
turned
lost
it over. Interesting. Wow. Just
1:01 to go here. Yeah, that was not.
Yeah. And Tremont's going to call a full timeout here with 1:01 left. Down 4 with the ball.
We'll be back after the timeout. We're back here, 1:01 to go, 4-point game. Warrensburg with the lead. You think
music is bumping, place is loud.
You think maybe Kaiser brings it up quickly and they get a good shot? You know, they need a good look here. You do not want to force any shot here.
I don't think this will happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kaiser try to go downhill and he just pitches it back to Meeker for maybe a quick open 3.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to do it, as it looks like they're going to be in a 4-low look. Yeah.
Dawson had a wide open 3. He's not
They're trying to find Meeker.
Meeker, 3-pointer in the corner. Off the mark. Rebound by Gardner.
I understand he's your best shooter. It's not a great shot.
Not the best look. No foul still.
Warrensburg going to call a timeout now.
Yeah. 45 seconds to go. 4-point lead. We'll be back after the timeout. Back here, 45 seconds to go. Warrensburg ball up by 4. So they're trying to close this one out. A shot here would essentially end it.
Get it out of here.
They get it into Gardner, wide open underneath the basket.
And he's
he'll
going
just
to pull it out.
Yeah, gets it to Bonds.
I don't know.
Bonds back to Gardner, no foul yet. And there's Kaiser foul.
I understand you're trying to waste time. That was a wide open layup. And I understand that it puts you up 6 2 possessions. I don't know. It's 50-50. But now they can waste time.
Fouled there finally by Kaiser.
Yeah. I think if Warrensburg can hold on to the ball and then make their 2 free throws, that doesn't matter. If they miss their 2 free throws here and Tremont can come back and tie this game, that's a play we're obviously going to have to look at.
One more foul to give before the bonus. They get it into McKenzie.
So there's the foul.
There's the foul.
McKenzie will go to the line.
So a lot of things would have to happen for
Absolutely.
a Tremont win. He's got to, starting with McKenzie missing both,
I
essentially.
think he's got to miss both. Tremont's got to come down. And to be honest, if you're down 4, a 2 doesn't do much, because if Warrensburg just goes down and makes another 2 free throws, you're down 2 possessions still.
And he makes the first. Another made free throw would pretty much ice it.
I think so, especially since, you know,
they haven't really gotten an open look.
No, and they haven't really knocked any down. Meeker's only had a few, but no one else has knocked any threes down for Tremont. It's been a lot of underneath.
They'll roll it in. About 30 seconds to go. Reynolds loses it.
Great defense from Gardner. We're playing
Gets
the 4
it ahead
fouls.
to Bonds. Bonds puts that one up, and that's going to ice it. So it's up to an 8-point game.
And blocked out of bounds by Hickey.
There.
Wow. Playing with intensity.
Still up by 8 with 20 seconds to go. Kaiser going to inbound it. But Tremont.
Again, another weird spot to inbound, and obviously down 8. Tremont's got to have a quick basket.
Get it to Meeker. Meeker to Kaiser. 3-pointer from Kaiser in the corner. Will not fall on the floor. McLean's got it. Trying to
call timeout by Tremont. 11 seconds to play. Tremont down 8.
Yeah, we'll be back after that timeout. We're back here, 11
Great
seconds
lob.
to go, yeah.
No, missed
on the inbound, missed it. Rebound by McKenzie.
Jump ball. Tremont will stick with it. 7 seconds to play, though. I mean, oh, no, they're going to call a foul. Interesting. They call a foul on Kaiser. Looked like a jump ball.
So in the bonus.
I mean, Warrensburg up 8, 7 seconds. Nothing Tremont can do. Go tomorrow, go play for a 3rd-place game, either against Porta or Williamsville, 6 p.m.
So McKenzie makes his second. So obviously this score doesn't necessarily reflect what this game really was.
These free throws extend the lead, but no, this was a great basketball game. Both teams playing really fast, really physical.
Tremont jumped out early. Warrensburg comes back in this one as there's 1.1 seconds left, but Warrensburg headed back to the championship game.
Yeah. Our crowd's going to get into it here at 1.1. Lob.
They stay undefeated.
We're going to have a chip on their shoulder going in tomorrow against the 1 seed.
Maybe. Wait to see who they will play as we've got one more game. Thank you. We'll be back after that.